What's good, what's good, what's good? You already know what time it is. Latch off the door, it's on the flow. It's time for that coach for the streets, man. We got to talk about Casanova 2 times. Fresh out of Brooklyn. Everybody know he been locked up for a minute due to a RICO. Recently, he just was in an altercation in Essex Correctional Facility in Newark, New Jersey, where he been sitting at for a minute. The altercation got physical, and apparently he was. I'm looking for the New York slang for this. They gave him the Scarface, basically. They gave him the Mano, basically. And I'm not even gonna say Mano because I got much love and respect for Mano. You know what I'm saying? But we know in New York, that's a thing. Catching one to the face, the $150 to the face. That's a thing in New York. So that apparently happened to Casanova in Essex Correctional. It's alleged that after he got the Scarface, they walked the nigga down. And the dude that did it, apparently they got on him. So when they got to it to deactivate the whole situation, Casanova was leaking. The nigga that hit him with Casanova with the $150 was leaking too. We don't know what the whole situation really was about far as going in debt to that part. But we do know that this did happen. This was a news report that actually reported on a situation that happened at Essex with Casanova 2 times. Now I'm hoping Casanova 2 times straight, which I know he can handle himself far as being in prison. He done been there before. He been in this situation before. He did like 7 years or something like that before. It was a stretch he did. So time ain't nothing new to Casanova, you know what I mean? But at the same time, it's unfortunate he had to go through this while he in there fighting for his life, you see what I'm saying? Because now it's always a thing when you gotta go into the system, because when you go into the system, you gotta survive. And part of surviving in the system, you got to kind of live like an animal, because you have to have an animal instinct to be able to survive in the jungle where it ain't nothing but lions, tigers, and bears. You feel me? So these types of things are subject to happen. And as we see in Casanova's situation, it happened. You know what I mean? And this is happening at a time where he's still fighting for his life. He ain't got his time yet. His you see what I'm saying? His situation is not over with. Just hope, everything's smoothing out in that jail, man, and hopefully he recover, 100%, and hopefully everything go well with his situation in court, because he facing serious charges, RICOs, gang activity. It's a lot of things that's coming with that RICO that he fighting. So to have to fight the RICO and have to fight for his life in the actual facilities, and we know how these federal things go. They move you from one facility to another facility. Hearing, they do it just on a whim. My brother just came home from 10, and they constantly moved him. So in this situation, man, I hope, Casanova 2 times is straight. Like I said, both parties did do they thing is what I'm gonna say. You know what I'm saying? Because Casanova did get the $150, but the person that gave Casanova the $150 got pummeled. So you know what I'm saying? We can't even just say like Casanova got took off on, because we know Casanova ain't no buster. So, you know, we know what come with that. But at the same time, you know what I mean? Salute to Casanova, man. Free that man. And may everything in his future, man, transpire into a better situation, you know what I'm saying? Because I don't be wanting to see no niggas in jail unless you deserve to be in jail. You ain't really never heard me really say too much. Free YMW Melly. You killed your best friends. I can't really say free YMW Melly, but this is a different situation with Casanova 2 times. So yeah, we gonna say free Casanova 2 times, man. Latch off the door. It's on the flow, man. Don't leave about the trap till you drop your comments, man. In the trap. Hit that like button. It's time for that Culture for the Streets. Hosted by Mafia and Paint. Tap in. We always lit.